This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Welcome to News 25. It's Monday, October 18th. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Stacy Jensen. We're so happy they're joining us on KPVM TV and Ace Country Radio.
Well, several people were injured Friday night due to a high-impact vehicle collision. One person was transported via Mercy Air to a Las Vegas trauma center, and the remainder of the patients transported by Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue Ground Ambulance to Desert View Hospital Friday night as a result of a two-vehicle head-on collision. The crash occurred behind Walmart on Dahlia Street. How the accident occurred is under the investigation of the Nye County Sheriff's Office. A total of 6 children and 3 adults were injured as a result of this crash. Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies, Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue, and auxiliary units arrived on scene. The roadway was closed for an extended period of time during the investigation and cleanup of both vehicles, which sustained major damage.
Verona Worthington had a recent appearance in Judge Wonker's courtroom to face sentencing in regards to a 2019 arrest where she was accused of selling methamphetamines to students at Pahrump Valley High School. For more on this, here's Matthew.
After nearly 2 years from her arrest in 2019, Verona Worthington was sentenced to a jail term well in excess of the jail sentence that was negotiated between her attorney and the DA's office after Judge Wonker gave a scathing commentary on the alleged crimes committed by Worthington.
Somebody was selling drugs to kids by school. And the problem with the whole scenario of that is we send our kids to school to be safe. This January 31st of 2013, when I saw that it was converted to driving under the influence, a misdemeanor, you know, when I look at that, I say to myself, what a shame. What a shame that the defendant didn't stand on those charges, because maybe she could have gotten a deferred sentence and completed treatment, and she wouldn't be here today. But she didn't. The state actually bent over backwards. They gave her a misdemeanor.
Here's a brief refresher on the encounters that Verona Worthington has had with the Nye County judicial system. In January of 2013, Worthington was arrested on the charges of sale and use of methamphetamine while she was employed by Nye County Schools as a health aide. Worthington was able to retain her job with the school district even after her 2013 conviction as part of a negotiated plea deal that saw her original charges later classified as a misdemeanor DUI charge. However, in December of 2019, Worthington was arrested again for the sale of methamphetamine to a 16-year-old student and another juvenile while she was working at Pahrump Valley High School in her position as a health aide. Worthington had a follow-up court appearance scheduled for October of 2020, where she was found to have a drug test come back as positive for meth, then followed by a second negative test. Worthington was ordered to appear in court for a December 2020 court date. She did not show up due to an alleged COVID quarantine. When Worthington's attorney instructed her to immediately submit a second drug screen, and she did not comply with that request, a bench warrant was issued for Worthington's arrest. She was finally taken into custody in July of this year, where she has been in the custody of the Nye County Sheriff's Office since her capture.
We have to send a message loud and clear that our kids come first. So I'm going to issue a sentence of 28 to 72 months in the Nevada Department of Corrections. She has credit for 105 days time served. But I want you to understand why I'm doing that. We have a very captive audience, and I feel bad for your children, but thankfully you have a mother and a grandmother, and I wish you and them the best. Thank you.
Well, some shocking new numbers when it comes to COVID deaths here in Nye County. The first time that we've hit double digits. We've had 11 new deaths related to COVID-19 reported since last Monday, with 10 residents of Pahrump and 1 resident of Manhattan. There's 75 new COVID-19 positive cases here in Nye County since last Monday, reported and confirmed, with 4 in Tonopah, 4 in Beatty, 2 in Amargosa Valley, and the remainder here in Pahrump. The total is 4,300 confirmed cases of COVID-19 positive test results since the county started identifying and recording the results in March of 2020. Nye County test positivity rate is 15.3%, which is the 6th highest here in our state. The Tonopah Community Health Nurse will host a walk-in COVID-19 vaccine clinic every Tuesday here in October from noon until 4:30 at their office at 1 Frankie Street. No appointment is required. Prompt COVID-19 and flu vaccine clinic is every Wednesday from 8:30 to 2 p.m. Closed for lunch from noon until 1, and that's at the health nurse's office at 1981 East Calvada Boulevard. You can call 775-751-7070 for an appointment. Amargosa Valley COVID and Flu Shot Clinic will be held on Monday, October 25th from 9:30 until 11 a.m. at their community center at 1640 East Farm Road. And Beatty COVID and Flu Shot Clinic will be held Thursday, October 28th from 9:30 until 11 at their community center, which is at 100 Avenue A-S. So you can get your third doses also of Pfizer and Moderna, which are available now.
29-year-old Stephen Mondragon was arrested and accused of battery with the use of a deadly weapon resulting in substantial bodily harm, robbery with deadly weapon, grand larceny, and conspiracy. Mondragon was captured in Cascade, Montana, and booked into the Elko County Jail with bail set at $145,000. He is one of 3 men who allegedly beat and robbed a California couple of $25,000 in jewelry and Maverick along Interstate 80 on August 13th of this year. The others were arrested earlier. Mondragon is a felon who served several years in prison for the 2010 shooting of at a Las Vegas park. He was arrested for attempted murder in Las Vegas after he fired a gun into a crowd during a gang-related dispute, injuring 3 people. He's pleaded guilty to 3 lesser counts, including battery with a deadly weapon causing substantial bodily harm, and was sentenced to 4 to 10 years in prison. He was paroled in 2019.
All right, we'll be back with more news right after this.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on.
Welcome back. Well, Governor Steve Sisolak is recovering at home following a weekend crash in Las Vegas. Sunday afternoon, police responded to the accident scene involving an SUV and sedan in the Southwest Valley just before 1 p.m. Sisolak and the other driver were taken to a Las Vegas hospital with minor injuries. The governor was released from the hospital a short time later.
A domestic disturbance call in Pahrump leads to the arrest of a man who now faces 2 felony charges.
Carlos Curiel is behind bars and facing 1 count of domestic battery with use of a deadly weapon and 1 count of robbery, both felonies. Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies were dispatched to a residence on West Janet Lane. The victim, who identified herself as Curiel's girlfriend, told dispatchers Curiel has knives and had cut her on the face. When officers arrived, the victim said she and Curiel had argued the night before. She told deputies the argument turned into a physical altercation and went on to say Curiel had forcibly taken her phone and destroyed it, then punched her TV and destroyed that too. The sheriff's office says the victim also told deputies that prior to their arrival, Curiel had taken a lit cigarette and burned her on the cheek. Deputies report seeing scratches or cuts and what appeared to be a fresh burn mark on her face. While speaking with the victim, a deputy noticed Curiel walking to a neighbor's house. Officers spoke with him and report his version of the events clearly did not match the victim's story or the physical injuries on her face. Officers placed Curiel under arrest and placed him into the patrol vehicle. While being transported to jail, deputies say Curiel started banging his forehead on the window in front of him. He refused medical care and was booked into the Nye County Detention Center.
Well, a young woman is sharing her story of survival after being diagnosed with breast cancer 3 times in the last 8 years. As Brittany Rawl reports, the journey has been full of ups and downs, but she has always found a way to be persistent.
As the old saying goes, you never know what someone else is going through. And that's especially true for Amanda Maggiato. She works for Cleveland Clinic, just bought her first house, loves spending time with family and friends, and is also battling breast cancer for the 3rd time.
I look like I'm just a normal person walking around, but I'm dealing with some heavy stuff.
Amanda was first diagnosed when she was 27 years old. She had noticed a lump on her breast and decided to get it checked out.
I had no family history, had no reason to worry that this lump was going to be breast cancer.
She wound up getting a double mastectomy. Then a couple of years later, the cancer returned. This time she had a lumpectomy and underwent radiation. She was once again cancer-free. However, in 2017, she would receive more bad news.
I had a scan for something else actually, and we found that my breast cancer had metastasized to my liver.
Amanda says she was devastated.
It was probably the worst day of my life.
But she didn't dwell for long and quickly developed a treatment plan with her doctor.
We put her on a treatment with a medicine known as palbociclib or Ibrance with anti-hormone treatment. And she had amazing response. She's doing really well. It's 4 years now. She had no evidence of cancer.
Amanda is getting ready for her 10th scan and is hopeful everything is okay. She says it can be easy to worry, but tries her best not to.
I think you have to really just focus on what's right in front of you. It's easy to think about what ifs and what could happen in the future, but none of us know. We think one thing and something completely different happens.
She encourages others to do the same and says she's thankful to be able to share her story.
If I can help people, then it makes some of what I'm going through worth it, frankly. It makes my own experience more meaningful and impactful if I can use it for good.
For Cleveland Clinic, I'm Brittany Roll.
Thanks so much, Brittany. Well, breast cancer is the most common cancer among women and the second most common cause of cancer-related mortality here in the United States. It can be treatable if detected early, which is why doctors say self-exams and mammograms are so important. When we return, Brad Francis is going to tell us about an art exhibit that focuses on veterans.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on.
Welcome back. A new art exhibit at Henderson City Hall is putting the spotlight on local U.S. veterans, and the community is invited to a special gallery reception this Wednesday. Brad Francis has the details.
The new exhibit on display at the Henderson City Hall Art Gallery honors the valor of local United States veterans. The exhibit features a one-of-a-kind collection of portraits depicting local veterans called Remembering Our Vets, One Story at a Time by Mikhail Conrad of Mikhail's Photography and Design located on Water Street. Historic veteran memorabilia is also on display, marking a first-ever collaboration between the City of Henderson and the Clark County Museum, in addition to vintage American flags and artwork created by local veterans. The Veterans Art exhibit is on display now through November 30th in the City Hall Art Gallery. The exhibit is free and open to the public Monday through Thursday from 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. The gallery reception is this Wednesday, October 20th at 5 p.m. Henderson City Hall is located at 240 South Water Street.
Thanks so much, Brad. Well, for today's Save a Pet, we're back at Never Forgotten Animal Society here in Pahrump. That's where we meet up with Pat Lemming, who tells us about Chloe.
Hi, this is Pat with Never Forgotten Animal Society. We are located at 520 East Street, Suite C in Pahrump, Nevada. I'd like to introduce you to Chloe. Chloe is a 3-year-old female black cat that is a domestic short hair. She is fixed. She has had her rabies. She has had all of her vaccinations, and she has her microchip implanted. She's just now looking for her forever home. If you would like to come in and meet her, we are open Monday through Saturday from 10 until 5, and you're more than welcome to come in anytime. No appointment is necessary. If you are looking for a very loving, sweet girl that loves to be petted and loves to be held. I call her my Velcro cat because she is always on me. She just loves to be in the middle of everything. She loves to be petted and touched, and she loves to be held. So if you're interested in Chloe, our adoption fees are $95 for the adult cats, which includes her spay-neuter, her microchip, her rabies, her vaccinations, and she's ready to go home today. If you are in our area, please stop by at any time. We are always looking for volunteers. Donations are very helpful. We have a shop that is called the Make an Offer Shop, which is where people donate their household items to us so that we can sell them to make sure that we have enough money to pay our vets, buy our vaccines, and any extras that we can for the cats and dogs. Our phone number is 775-537-8674. We are always looking for fosters for our dogs and cats, kittens and mamas, and we are looking for donations of food, supplies, or any cash that you may have. We have a $1 a month club that we ask people to subscribe to. You can also find us on Facebook, Pet Finder, Adopt a Pet, and our webpage, which is neverforgottenanimalsociety.com, and any contributions are gratefully accepted.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
All right, taking a look at the Lerner and Rowe weather cam. Some dark clouds over there, but I don't know. We'll have more on the weather coming up.
This was earlier today.
Yeah,
had all those clouds, right?
And wind.
A lot.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios. How lovely to see you on this part of the week. And, always nice to get back on the weekend. No day is promised. So we look forward to Mondays. Fernley, Fallon, Carson City, you're all stuck down in the low 50s. Tonopah, you didn't get the memo. You didn't even get there. 47 degrees. Out in Goldfield, up to 50. That's not too bad. Beatty, Amargosa, Las Vegas, you're all about mid-60s. Not too bad. Actually, real pleasant this time of year, especially out in Death Valley. 78 degrees. That's all you got for us? Well, not too bad. Here in Pahrump, let's take a look. 63 degrees is our current temperature. We got as much as 65 a little bit earlier. The winds were kind of whipping around all this afternoon. West-northwesterly winds to 17 miles per hour. That humidity started the day at 29%, and it's kind of going up as we head towards evening. Sun rose this morning at 6:54, and it'll set this evening at 6:03 p.m. Must watch Nature Vision. Let's do that. Low tonight of 40 degrees. Winds dying down to about 5 miles per hour out of the east, and the humidity up to 35%. But tomorrow, what are they saying? Clear skies. Yeah, I don't know. I got a feeling in my big toe, don't you know? I think it's going to be some clouds tomorrow. Because look at the rest of the week. Cloudy, cloudy, cloudy all throughout the week. Looks like we got temperatures ramping up Tuesday through Friday all the way up to 80 degrees. That'll be super pleasant. Saturday, Sunday, winds return, clouds return, temperatures dropping back down to about 68 degrees come Monday. It'll be all right. And so things to look forward to and things to plan for. I think it's going to be a nice week. Enjoy that. Keep that thought in mind, and we'll just manifest it. It'll be great. Back to the desk. Here's Deanna.
All right. Thank you, John. Dr. Beverly Wesner-Hohen taught harp at CSU Sacramento for many years and performed with the California Music Theater. She recently moved to Pahrump and wants to share the music with our community. She believes that her harp will delight your senses, and she praises God upon the harp and tells the story through beautiful music. The Pahrump Seventh-day Adventist Church is located at 477 North Blagg Road, corner of Blagg and Gemini. All are welcome, but seating is limited for this first-come, first-served event. Please be seated by 4:30 to avoid disruption and allow us to start on time. COVID protocols are in place and enforced. Masks will be worn. Please comply with the governor's mandate. Come and enjoy this free concert.
All right, well, not only that wonderful concert that they're having there at the SDA Church, but we're also having a Halloween event, and this is something that we've joined with a Halloween Spooktacular. KPVM TV, Quality Signs, Marty Greenfield's Jewelers, Nevada Highway Patrol, the Seroptimus, Kiwanis, and Rotary. Everybody's getting involved in this, and if you would like to get involved, it is, of course, free to do that, and all you need to do is set up a booth or a table, and we have rented out Petrick Park so that kids can go trick-or-treating. And so this is going to be a really fun night from 5 until 8 p.m. on Halloween night. Just give us a call, 775-299-9992. You can even text 775-299-9992 to register your booth. Make sure that we have you there. And we can also read your name over the TV of who's participating. Yeah. Thanks so much to all the people that are participating. We're so happy to do that. Once again, 775-299-9992. Stacy's going to be there.
I'll be there. I'm going to be representing Seroptimus.
Fantastic. We're going to, of course, have the KPVM crew and so many others participating with us. And once again, 775-299-9992. That's going to wrap up this edition of News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Stacy Jensen. Have a great night.
Good night.